No. Okay. Oh, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It is going to work. Ugh. Damn it. Well, I was trying to play Echo the Dolphin, but it's not going to work. StreamYard can't do it. Gotta do it through OBS. And I really don't even want to. I don't want to set it up. It's not an ugly fish game. Those are beautiful. Yeah, I cannot get this shit to work. Nope. Not gonna work. Try something else. Hmm? Oh, no, wait. This one. Did that. Yo, yo, yo. How's my sound scratchy when I'm not even saying anything? Must be your speaker. I know it's so boring. What I'm doing right now is incredibly boring. I get it. I was trying to have a game on the other screen, but I just did the whole thing. I just did the whole thing and it didn't work. I've been listening to some Opie and Anthony and some Howard Stern because I never listened to that stuff. I listened to Richard Simmons on Howard Stern. Oh my God. So fucking hilarious. And I had no idea that David Letterman stole that idea from Howard Stern. To basically, I mean, I don't know if you could steal it, the idea to have a guest on, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that David Letterman, you know, basically discovered having Richard Simmons on his show through Howard Stern having him on his show. I didn't know that David Letterman stole the idea to have his mom on his show from Howard Stern. So everybody steals everything, I guess. Those aren't really like specific ideas, but whatever. I want to have my mom on my show. When I have a show, I'm going to have my mom on. Yeah, so I listened to Richard Simmons on Howard Stern. It was pretty good. Hilarious, as always. Just absolute absurdity. I also listened to Mike Birbiglia against Rich Voss on Opie and Anthony. And that was pretty interesting because I think in the end, Mike Birbiglia has the bigger career. If I'm not mistaken, because Mike Birbiglia right now is still doing theaters. He's got 2 movies. He might have 3 movies. He has multiple books. I don't think Rich Voss has a movie, and I don't know if he has a book. I've never heard of it if he does have either of those things. One of either of those things. Obviously he has specials and stuff. Does Rich Voss have a Netflix special? I don't know. Mike Birbiglia has multiple Netflix specials, and Rich Voss is doing like Funny Bones and clubs, and I don't think he's booked every weekend. So Voss was like just incredibly upset. It was a pretty good episode, I guess. I didn't listen to the whole episode, just the exchange. And then I also listened to the Nick DiPaolo Patrice O'Neill episode of Opie and Anthony, and that was very good. Yeah, this should be my new nickname, Gilligan, because I feel like I'm on an island, trapped at all times with a bunch of other people who think they're smarter than me. But Gilligan actually was not that smart, I think. I'm at home on my computer and I am still complaining that there's nothing to do. Well, there is nothing to do. You have to create something to do. Have you tried painting? It's kind of fun. I'm about to do it. Hey, it's a Friday night. What is it? No. Is it the weekend before Thanksgiving? I don't know. 21? No, there's in 2 weeks. So people are chilling out, I think. Like where I'm at, it's pretty dead. Went out to eat tonight. Just went out in general. Very dead out there. All right. Somebody suggested I listen to Opie and Anthony Stalker, Patty, Murderer, Saga. I mean, if is it multiple episodes? I don't know. I don't have a very big attention span when it comes to stuff like that, and I rarely listen to anything like that, radio or podcast or whatever. I maybe listen to like you have a handful of podcasts that I listen to, but and only one of them is a comedy podcast. Yes, Richard Simmons with the fire extinguisher on Letterman was gold. I agree. Okay. They were looking for a roommate for Patty, and a guy confessed to murder on air who wanted Patty to visit him. Well, you never know. Is that true? I mean, did the guy actually murder somebody? Every podcast is like War of the Worlds. Very few beefs are real. He'd be great in a Nick Swartzen produced Happy Madison, one of those movies Sandler won't be in but will produce. Yeah, I don't think they'd be into me. That is true. Voss cannot pronounce Netflix. And yes, Berbiglia is doing better than Voss. God, Voss was so fucking butthurt, man. He only had one really good point, which at the time was that Mike could only perform in front of Mike's crowd and Voss could perform in front of any crowd. Well, that used to be the standard for comedy, but it is no longer the standard for comedy. Yes, Frank, I did watch Birbiglia versus Voss. Okay, they compiled it. Well, that's cool. All right, so then it ended up being nothing. See, that's where I don't even want to get invested in something because I'm like, well, did it turn out to be real? But if it didn't, then but at the time it was like, okay, this is getting people to listen. This is holding the attention of the listeners. Do the Patrice Oh, Patrice talked about when he worked for Vince McMahon. Okay. Do you feel comedy has got way too many gatekeepers now? No, there's like less gatekeepers than ever. I don't even know where you got that from. Like there's almost zero gatekeepers now. All you gotta do is sell tickets, which always was the case. If you sell tickets, if you sell out at a place, you work anywhere. But at the same time, yeah, of course there were always way more gatekeepers, people who would tell you you're not ready for something. Now it literally doesn't matter. There are YouTube stars performing in comedy clubs that don't do stand have never done a day of stand up in their lives, but they're pretending like they are comics and doing it in clubs. I was really hoping that I would be able to play that game. You guys like my new hat? Oh, I'm doing this for watch hours, so I don't give a fuck what it looks like. I'll probably only get one watch hour from this. Do you think Joe Rogan and Burt Kreischer have sex with each other? No, I don't. Everyone likes the Patrice O&A stuff, but I think the Colin Quinn appearances are better. I never saw O&A. I never listened to it once. Not once did I ever. Uh, yeah, basically was in love with Colin Quinn for a really long time. Ran into him on the street in New York on McDougal Street. And then I met him also in Pittsburgh a really long time ago. I feel like Louis C.K. would talk to me, but I don't know. Colin definitely talked to me. Anyway, this is my new hat. It's made 100% from. It is 100% lamb's wool. It's rough on the outside. It feels good on the inside. It's extremely warm. I wore it the other day in 30-degree temps. Not bad at all. Highly recommend it. Got it from REI. That's where I do all my outdoor shopping. Outdoorsy shopping. I'm really close. Oh wait, considering who Louis C.K. has dated, he'd talk to you. I don't know who he's dated except for that one French chick. And she clearly comes from money or whatever. I don't know her the ins and outs of her deal, but I watched her stand up. I can't find any of it in English. So I actually brought up a Google translator at the same time that I played her video so that Google could translate what she was saying, but it couldn't do it perfectly. So I had to basically piece together what she was saying. And I don't know, man. She was like it like wasn't traditional stuff. It wasn't like traditional setup punchline comedy. It was like a lot of talking for not that many laughs. And I guess she was supposed to be considered brilliant. But then she just dressed in this old fashioned way. You guys know who I'm talking about? I can't even show you because I can't remember how to use StreamYard. I probably don't even know how to use, I probably don't even remember how to use Evmux. But anyway, I am closer to monetization. Pretty friggin' close. It's gonna be cool, and then I'll be monetized, and then whoever wants to super chat can super chat. I'm not expecting a lot of super chats, but obviously once that happens, I can put more effort into the thing. So yeah, I don't know if Louis would talk to me because I don't know. He seems like he's kind of grouchy. He seems like a grouchy dude. What's with the outfit? Is the heat turned off? I think my hat is cute, and I think I look cute in it, so I wore it. I'm wearing a t-shirt, and this is what I'm doing right now. So, is the heat off? It is off. I got a space heater, but it's not on. It's not cold enough. So, did Kevin Brennan ever start one of his stand-up sets with by saying Sarah Silverman is the best fuck in the world? I hope you get the Kurt Cobain reference in that. I don't, and I don't think he ever said that. He's clean on in his stand-up, right? I think he was. Patrice O'Neill and Patrice O'Neill, Opie, and Anthony laughing at Bobo up and down game. I challenge anyone not to laugh at that. Oh, Bobo was on. That's right. Bobo was on Opie and Anthony a lot. Would you ever get? Would you ever be paid to come on to one of my lives? That's up to you, isn't it? So you just got to like reframe the question as, would you ever pay me to come on to one of your lives? But that's not even me asking, that's you asking. So, will KB allow it? I am no longer pro John. I don't even know who you are. No disrespect, but, and I don't know like what your YouTube name is because I'm seeing I'm not seeing the YouTube names right now. I think I'm seeing the handles. So, I don't know who you are. I could try to look you up. Let's see. I'll look you up and see who the fuck you are. Mm. J Warren 333. All right. Music, true crime, conspiracies. 239 subs. Your last video is from 9 months ago. Let me click on the live tab. Streamed 1 day ago. Epstein email drop. D4VD discussion and more. Oh, like D4VD? What does that mean? Andrew Windsor, formerly Prince Update Toolbox Killer. Prince Andrew, Secret Societies, open panel discussion, paranormal experiences, Malaysia Airlines flight, conspiracy theories. So you're not a comedian, right? What's up, Frank? No, I have not seen the new Frankenstein, but it's playing in my local theater, but also on Netflix. So you can watch it on Netflix. Watched a really cool movie yesterday called Don John with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Scarlett Johansson. I love it. It's not like top 5, but it's like one of my favorite movies. I like it a lot. It's advertised as a romantic comedy, but it is not like a romantic comedy. It's like more than that, and it's not cheesy like that. It's really like real and down to earth. But it's also from 2013, so it's old. And I believe it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt's directorial debut. All Patrice episodes of Opie and Anthony are gold. Okay. Would you accept payment? Would be the question. I mean, I would demand payment. What are you talking about? I just do. Hold on, let's see. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to pull that comment up, but there's a comment in the chat, and I'm like, I think the person who wrote it really means it. And it's like, I would not be surprised if that were the case. I'm not even going to address it, but I would not be surprised if that were the case. If the comment you wrote is true, I would not be surprised. At the same time, and at the same time, I'm shocked. All right, so I shouldn't know you, Jay Warren, but you like comedy. I like balancing the serious with comedic. All right. What do you do though? See, I gotta vet you. I don't know. I don't do shows for under $100, and that's every single every single show I've done other than MLC has paid me. Every single one of them. I told everybody that I couldn't do other shows without getting paid because those were the stipulations at the time. I don't know if they're still in place, probably not, but it works for me because I probably wouldn't do these other shows for free anyway because they're not really going to do anything for me. And honestly, I'm not even going to do anything for them either, I don't think, at this point. So, I mean, but that's the other thing is like, unless you have like a real job and you make good money, I'd feel weird taking $100 from you because it's not going to do that much for your channel. So, let's see. What's up, stranger? I want to do a live on the life of Sam Kinison. Were you a fan? Not a big fan. Not a big fan because, his comedy really wasn't up my alley all the way, but I watch everybody. So I've seen a lot of his sets. You can only listen to somebody scream like that for so long because his screaming is higher pitch. So that's more annoying. So, do a live on the life. Sam Kinison, I only know Carl LeBove worked with him a lot, right? So I saw Carl LeBove. I saw a documentary on Sam Kinison, and Carl LeBove was talking about how I think he was with him when he died or something, or somebody was with him when Sam Kinison died. He died in a car wreck, right? Or he got into a car wreck. He was either in the hospital or lying on the street, can't remember. And then he started talking to himself right before he died. And Carl LeBove said that Sam Kinison was just like going, no, no, no. And then paused, and then he went, oh, okay. And then he died. So who knows if any of that is true. So Sam was great till he got coked out. Everyone gets coked out. Didn't the same thing happen to Rodney Dangerfield? Or he was coked out from the beginning? Oh, Frank says I can fall asleep to MLC. KB screams like an angel. KB's. I can't have the volume up too loud when I listen to KB in the car because it like does something to my ears. I'm like, Oh, the screaming is so, it's slightly too much of a high pitch for my sensitive ears. John claims to have done cocaine with Sam Kinison. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. Everybody, except for me, does drugs with everybody else. I missed out. I didn't miss out. I just choose not to because I don't give a fuck about drugs. But Dangerfield's main drug was pot toward the end. But yeah, he totally coked out. Yes, 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 yes. Well, shit, dude. Jay Warren, do you have like a social media? Like, what's your Twitter? What's your Twitter? I gotta research you. I gotta make sure you're not into some weird shit. Cause I don't want to go on shows with certain people. I'm sure you understand how that is. So let me vet you. Put your social media in the chat if you have like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or a website or anything like that, and I'll figure out. I will figure out if it will be a good match, and I'm very flattered that you have asked me and offered me money. Thank you. No, I don't smoke weed. I do not smoke weed. What did I have for dinner? I went to Red Robin, and I think it might be the first time I ever went there, and I was not impressed whatsoever. I actually wanted to leave before I even ordered because my booth was uncomfortable. So I thought it was broken, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with my booth? And I go to try to like fix it and shift the seat of it, came right up, and underneath the booth, I saw like boxes, like cardboard boxes taped up, like they store stuff under the booths of the table, and it was disgusting under there, like all this dust and like quarters, and it was just gross. It was absolutely disgusting. And then once you see that, you're like, I don't want to eat here. So I had a Caesar salad and a root beer float. And also, Red Robin must not be doing too well because they have this new marketing campaign where things are bottomless. And I know it's new because the staff is wearing the word t-shirts with the word bottomless on them. They're doing bottomless side dishes and bottomless fancy beverages. So the root beer float was bottomless. All the side dishes are bottomless. And then, there's like fruity, fancy, sweet drinks are also bottomless. So I got a bottomless chicken Caesar salad, which I only had one plate of. And then I got two root beer floats. And I was nervous. I was even nervous to order that. Because I don't know, man. Certain restaurants, you're just like, what the fuck? Why? I don't eat out that much at all. But, you know, Karmic wants to go out to eat a lot. I don't like spending money going out to eat. I don't like eating out because the food is just gross unless you go to like a quality restaurant. But he's never been to these places. So we're going to all these restaurants, and it's just like, to me, I'm like, I can't, this is all just like, ugh, like gross, frozen food, fake, filled with preservatives. And I really prefer to get groceries and just eat, groceries. And I try to stay away from preservatives as much as possible and refined sugars and stuff. But I was like, well, I'm not just going to sit here while he eats a burger. And he was not impressed with his burger. You know what's weird about him? He thinks Burger King is the best burger joint. And I'm like, I feel like that's just bad taste in food, like bad conditioning. But he says that Burger King is a flame broiled burger and all these other places are not. He liked Five Guys, and what was the other one? Oh, Shake Shack. And but he still thinks Burger King is better than those two places. So uh and then he got me eating burgers again. I've had 2 burgers in the last 3 months, but before that, I hadn't had a burger in probably over a decade because I just quit eating burgers. So, um, and then yesterday we went to PF Chang's, and that was good. You know, he'd never been there. I got lo mein. I feel like it was slightly undercooked, but it was still, it was whatever. I wasn't gonna complain. And we both got the sweet and sour chicken, and it was good. It tasted fresh, but at the end of the day, it's like it's still not great food. I would much rather go to a grocery store, like get organic stuff at Whole Foods, like organic salad ingredients. I get steak from Whole Foods, and I like quarter up steaks, and then I eat steak, usually like small pieces of steak every night for dinner with like whatever. Well, when I do that, I'm doing like a whole thing, but it's too long to explain. But anyway, right now I'm just eating out at a lot of restaurants, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't like restaurant food that much. There is a restaurant where I live. I don't think it's national, so I'm not going to say what it is, but they're good. I like restaurants that have like it doesn't necessarily have to be organic, but I like restaurants that have, you know, like just healthy options, like stuff like avocado toast or acai bowls or whatever, power, like things that are packed with protein for your day. Um, let's see. I gotta go backwards a little bit. Mm-mm-mm. A stranger said that he saw Sam Kinison live once at Cobb's Comedy Club. That's pretty cool. I wonder how it came across live. I wonder if it was like he must have been quite a presence. Okay. Okay, but Jay Warren, what's your Twitter handle? Is it the same as your YouTube handle? Jay Warren 333. I'm into weird shit. I have been watching well, I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory, but I've been watching stuff about how people are going missing in national parks without disappearing without a trace. With literally without a trace. So that's interesting. And there's like a thing out there where they're all German physicists. A lot of them are German physicists. And then you bring up the map, the missing persons map. That thing that was going around where it was like, here's the missing persons map, and here's the map of the national cave system, and they're like the same exact map. So it's like people think that people are snatching people and like having them go down and into caves. And some people think it's just like a human trafficking situation, but I think that conspiracy is interesting because I'd never heard of it. I didn't know this was happening. So I am definitely into weird stuff. So give me your social media info, or you can DM me on Twitter if you want. If you don't want to put it out there in the chat, just DM me on Twitter and I'll check it out. Let's see, Felicia, what do you think of my top 3 hottest in the Dabbleverse based on looks, but also personality? In no order: Carlos Danger, Dave, Sarah, Clearwater, Chad. That's your top 3 based on looks? Top 3 hottest based on looks and personality, and those are your 3? Wow. I wouldn't even put any of those in the top 3 for looks or personality. Um, there's no women in there, so and it's hard to even know who's in the fucking Dabbleverse. I don't even really know anymore. My voice is fucked up. Oh, you excluded Kevin, obviously. Well, you can't exclude Kevin. Is bottomless all you can drink? Yes, bottomless. All you can drink and all you can eat sides at Red Robin. All you can eat sides and all you can drink beverages, but like not just the soft drinks, the root beer floats and the fancy sweet drinks. Red Robin served you a raw hamburger and you still bit into raw meat. Oh, you bit into raw meat and they fixed it and still tried to charge you for it. That is not acceptable. I'm never going to Red Robin again. Based on my experience and your story, I'm never going there again. Oh, let's see. Ugh, I have to gotta go. Okay. No, I don't eat a lot. I don't eat out a lot. I never eat out, ladies. Yeah, okay. The sad thing about chain restaurants is that a lot of it is reheated. Yep. There aren't enough Gordon Ramsays in the world to clean this crap up. That's coming from me. It sounded like I was reading it, but I was saying it. Well, you just had a double Whopper at Burger King. I don't get burgers from fast food places. I did get a burger at a place we went to, a local hamburger place, and I liked it. I gave it a 9 out of 10. But I also hadn't had a burger in like over a decade, so what do I know? Whataburger, I'll probably try, but that's like fast food, right? I was thinking of Wahlburgers. There's also Smash Burger. People think that's good. I just can't eat burgers from fast food joints. I never minded Burger King till Review Bra called it the worst place. I tried a lot of their menu and now I agree with Burger King being worst. Yeah, they are. I mean, I don't know. I think they're all the worst. I don't think anybody should be eating fast food ever. I don't think people should be eating out at restaurants unless it's a very nice restaurant that has an actual chef that cooks things, fresh. And their food is fresh and not frozen. Never been to Scotland. I've never been to Ireland. I'd like to go to both. That would be amazing. How do you know I'm part Scottish? I must have said it at some point, but I do not remember that. Oh, because my last name is Scottish. Yes, it is. Fresh is definitely always better. Felicia, how do you feel about physical media versus digital? Well, I don't know. I I used to have collections of things, physical media, but for me personally, I do tend to move around a lot because I like moving. So I try not to accumulate a lot of just things in general. I try to keep it light. I'm a minimalist. So, digital media doesn't have the same it just doesn't have the same feel to it. Like photo albums, I would definitely prefer photo albums instead of digital hard drive photos flipping through there. But I think when it comes to movies and stuff, I do like digital better. Cover art was always fun. Buy a CD, you read the insert, you look at the art in there. That was always fun. But I mean, yeah, digital media is just like better because it's just like it's on a fucking disc that weighs nothing and you can take it anywhere. You can take all of your memories of your life and you can carry them around in your pocket, which is insane. But what sucks is that yeah, if anything happens to that, you better have a backup because you can wipe out your whole life if you fucking drop it in some water or something. Okay, so your Twitter is J underscore Warren 333. I'm gonna look up your Twitter right now. My my laptop's going slow because my fan is running. Cause it's on my bed. That's a no good. J underscore Warren 333. Let me go back and double check. J underscore Warren 333. Okay, your posts are protected, so I can't check you out. Do you have an Instagram? Okay, you've been looking into what? The national park people going missing? A killer I covered was the Toolbox Killer. He was a national park ranger in New Mexico. Whoa, that's a pretty good alibi. Missing 411, read all the books, and he was on Art Bell years ago on this subject. Hmm, Illuminati snatching geniuses, probably. There Oh, there are aliens that live underground. People think they live in the ocean, which is technically underground, I think. Maybe not. A lot of Native American women go missing. It's a good way for the government to willingly disappear someone. But then they'd have to actually want to go on a trip to a national park. Okay, the missing 411 book guy. I think that's the guy. I think that's the guy. Let me find his name. Missing 411. I think, yeah, I think that's how I found out about this. Is a friend of mine told me about this. But what's his name? There's like a one guy, right? So David Paulides, I think that might be who it is. Yeah. I really do want to get more into that. It is interesting. It's crazy how it's such a mystery. That reminds me of a bunch of men drowning in the Lady Bird Lake that flows through Austin. I recommend the Paranormal Files video on it. Paranormal Files. So that's is that a YouTube channel? Gotta check that out. Paranoid. Wait, what'd you say? You said you said Paranormal Files. Let's see. Paranormal Files. Do I know this guy? I don't know if I know this guy. Around Halloween, I was looking for people to watch, and I did check out what's the name of those two kids. I don't know their names, but I checked them out, and I was like, oh my god. Sorry, I can't go into it more. Paranormal Files video. All right, I will. But what's it called? Ladybird Lake. So let me search this dude's channel. for Lady Bird Lake. Let's see. I'm always interested in seeing how people film things as well. It's really cool when I find like filmmakers, actual filmmakers who have a paranormal show and it's filmed really well, but then it's just like, this seems so fake and it's difficult to watch. I can't get over certain things. Like there were a couple dudes who were filmmakers and they were filming something in an abandoned house, and I don't the house, they said it was so abandoned, the wallpaper was peeling from the walls. Cobwebs happen so fast, they happen overnight, so that's nothing, but the wallpaper was peeling off the walls. I don't know if that means that like it was doing that while they were, I don't know if that means that they were the wallpaper was what?
Oh, sorry. Just saying hi.
Hi. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you doing? I didn't know you went live.
I'm live right now, yeah.
Hi, everybody. Karmic here.
Are you on a break or are you done?
I'm on a break. Yeah, I just have to get
Okay.
something to drink. So
Cool. What are you drinking?
Coke.
Okay.
More refined sugars. That's what I need in my life. I guess my toes are swollen, people.
I want some chocolate.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. We might have to go for a sweet run.
I think so.
I like that idea.
All right, have fun.
You too, honey. Love ya.
These dudes who were doing they were filmmakers and they were filming in an abandoned house. Yeah, so the wallpaper was peeling, but then it was like everything was filmed really well and set up really well, but there wasn't any dust on anything. And I'm like, I can't get over the fact that there's no dust on anything. And the house is right by a road. So I'm like, listen, I grew up in a house that was right by a road. It gets dusty fast because of the road. So I just couldn't get into it. But okay, the Paranormal Files, Lady Bird Lake. So I'm gonna search for that. You guys are giving me some good stuff to check out because I've been looking for some good stuff. Oh, I just watched the documentary on Eileen Wuornos on Netflix. Not a document. Well, I guess kind of a documentary, but it's not a series, which is refreshing. It's just an hour and 20 minutes long, and everybody in the Dabbleverse used to call me. They probably still do. They used to say I was Eileen Wuornos because they thought I was a psychopath, and I guess they think I looked like her or that I look like her. Okay, so 20 plus men dead in Lady Bird Lake. How many episodes is this, though? It's hard for me to invest in something. Okay, so it's 3 hours long. That's pretty long. I'm trying to pause it, but my laptop is going real slow. So, okay, got it. Okay, so there's that. There's Missing 411, which I'm also going to dive into as well. Okay, what else? The 411 thing has geniuses and people on the opposite end of the spectrum. Okay, I'm definitely going to look at that. Top 3 hottest based on looks and personality: Karmic, Dave, Sarah, Rocco. No, not even close. I could see how somebody could think that Dave Sarah is like good looking, but he's only like just better looking compared to the other people. But he's not good looking. Neither is Rocco. Rocco's actually ugly, so inside and outside, both his looks and his personality. So in and out is what's up. Oh, In and Out Burger. I've never had that either. Damn, you guys are going okay. I'm pretty far behind, I think. Now, yeah, I'm too far. I'll go forward a little bit. Fast food is the same price as chain restaurants now. That is a great point. It really is. I do sound like RFK. We like the report of the week food review by Review Bra. He is unintentionally funny. All right, Review Bra. All right. I probably won't check that out because I don't watch anything food related, but if multiple people here know who Review Bra is, he must be pretty successful. I agree with your physical versus digital media take. Thank you so much. I need as many people on the Felicia train as I can get. Shouldn't you be directing your boy? I don't have a boy. I don't know what you're talking about. You can request me. They are protected due to me being based. Well, I don't follow too many people on Twitter. So what is this? Are you German? I just need to figure out what your deal is, who you are. Do you have Instagram? Do you have an Instagram? Do you have a Facebook? Okay. Eventually, everyone will wear a body cam from birth, and you'll be able to track every memory from birth. Yeah. Yeah, that's both good and bad. Okay. I will DM you this weekend. Yes, DM me. David Paul Paulides seems like a nut. Well, I don't exactly. I've heard his name. That's who my friend told me about. That's the guy who does those missing national park people. So we'll see. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Round giant boulders are sincerely discussed in Norway or somewhere. They avoid round boulders in highway construction. Is that a conspiracy, stranger? Round boulders? Uh, round boulders. Like you mean they're perfectly round and that's why they're weird? Yeah, monoliths are fucking wild. Paranormal Files is a YouTube channel. It sounds insanely generic, but the guy seems great. He uses stuff like spirit boxes. Yeah, isn't a spirit box just like when you put a haunted object in a box to contain it, which like doesn't make any sense, right? David Paulides has his videos on YouTube. West Coast, East Coast. Okay. So he's like all about that. Okay. I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole. Do you think you would have gotten monetized faster if you actually tried to do good shows instead of waiting to get monetized? Well, probably, but also who knows? You never know, right? So I think no. And also the thing is like I didn't really feel like I had too much incentive, you know? I'd like to have money coming in, and I'm not even expecting money to come in once I'm monetized, but if it does, that'd be cool. But like, I like to take the money that would come in and put that into show production, so that you can grow it like that. I don't want to put my own money up front for something like that at this point because I want to, everyone has a specific idea of what they want to do. Let's see. Felicia, do you think Karmic is underrated comedically? Do incel chatters take themselves too seriously? And that's why they can't recognize how funny he is. Comedically, like on a stream, he is fun. He's both funny and unintentionally. He's intentionally and unintentionally funny. So sometimes it's funny. Like when you hang out with somebody who is not a stand-up comedian, but they hang around you a lot, they get funnier. And I've seen that in like my friends who are comedians. Whoever they're dating doesn't do comedy, but they just like get funnier because they're around a comedian all the time. They pick up on like what's actually funny and what's not. Uh so before I started talking to him, I thought he was funny, but then it was kind of like it just unintentional. Like to me it was funny. I don't think he meant it to be funny. Some things he did, of course. Incel chatters take themselves too seriously. Uh no, I don't. I think they need to take themselves more seriously and get a fucking life. That's what it is. Is they're losers and they're negative and they go online because they need an outlet for their anger. So they just like fucking fling their vomit onto other people instead of, doing it in a different way, like going to the gym and getting their anger out. It's like that's going to make you better. It's going to make you a better human being. But you have to take yourself seriously to do something like that. You have to believe in yourself. You have to be disciplined. So, no, they don't take themselves seriously at all. That's the problem. And then they just like the anonymity of the internet encourages narcissism. So people act like absolute fucking assholes and they don't know. That's the other thing. There's different levels of intelligence, there's different levels of awareness and consciousness and mindfulness and whatever. Incel chatters take themselves too serious. No, they're just incredibly insecure. That's what it is. They don't have lives. They don't have careers. They don't have relationships. It's fucking bad. My paranormal encounter in Ireland was crazy. I was smoking a cigarette on my balcony, and in the distance, I saw this all black figure, no face, just to form a just form of a body on top of a Ferris wheel. Okay, in Ireland, interesting. Albert Fish makes Ed Gein look like a saint. If you haven't looked into him and you like serial killer shit, do so. Time Suck Dan Cummings did an episode on Time Suck. So does Dan Cummings have a fucking fourth podcast now? Time Suck. I gotta look this up because Time Suck podcasts. Do you guys hear that singing? I don't know if you can hear that singing. You probably can't. Dan Cummins had. I don't remember his pod. He was on like two different fucking podcasts at once, and now he's got Time Suck. Is that a third one, or is that one of the two that he had? I worked with Dan Cummins a couple times. He's a nice guy. Albert Fish. Okay, Albert Fish. I'm gonna type in Albert Fish. I'm probably not gonna listen to Dan Cummins podcast because I'm just so sick of comedy podcasts. Albert Fish. All right, check into that later. So I've got all these tabs open of all these things. In World War II, stranger, in World War II, the Army guys got a 1 pound Hershey bar in their daily ration pack. That is a random comment that I love. And I don't know. Because I said I wanted chocolate. Yeah, there's no way I'd be able to go into World War II without that. So I get where they're coming from. Felicia, wouldn't you and Carm make more money by streaming together? Will you be doing a show together in 2026? I don't know. We don't, I don't know. We've done shows together. I think a couple of those shows have made slightly more money than when he does on his own. So I don't know. Um, no, we don't have any plans to do a show together in 2026. And, but, we talked about ideas and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know what'll happen. Eileen knows. Eileen puts the laughter in manslaughter. That's true. Let's see. When I was a teen, I would goof with a Ouija board. One day it went to DIE Pisces CAR and I noped out. I don't even know what the fuck you gotta type better, dude, because I don't know what that means. DIE Pisces car and I noped out. I get it's probably auto suggestion, but scary shit. Well, what? How do? What? Auto suggestion on a Ouija board? Is that a thing? I don't understand that comment. Look into the Coral Castle in Florida and how it was made and then moved block by block. Okay, I will. That sounds like a monolithic thing. Dave is a silver fox. He's fucking got a bald spot. So I don't think you can call him that. I don't think you can call a man that if he has a bald spot. Maybe you can. You know, horseshoe bald is even better than bald spot. I recommend looking into the Monster of Florence serial killer. I'm not too into serial killers. I definitely would rather watch like a documentary about them than read anything about them. I love reading, but not about serial killers. The other day I watched a horror movie called Color Out of Space. That movie took place in a small town, yet when they showed the vehicles in town, they were spotless. Yeah, I know. Wait, but it was a movie. They showed the vehicles in town. Yeah, it's like you can't get pulled into the story if there's some weird stuff like that happening. Do you think Eileen Wuornos killed men out of psychopathy or out of self-defense because the men got too handsy? I think she was a psychopath for sure because if you gotta kill one man, that's when you stop being a fucking sex worker. You know what I mean? And she killed like 7 people. So she was clearly mentally ill. Her partner said that one of the reasons that she recorded Eileen was that she had proof to get her off the hook about anything and she made her confess because she knew she could lie her way out of it. So her partner admitted that she was a pathological liar and a manipulator. That's just another way of saying that. Um, so she was clearly mentally ill, and they did say that when she was in jail, she thought she was being watched and all this, and that the guards actually or somebody actually came in and cut wires. I don't know, to prove to her that she wasn't being like watched in jail or something. Also, like, yeah, anyone who's that chipper after they kill 7 people is a psychopath. So I don't think it was out of self-defense. I think that that documentary was weird because they were trying to it was like something about that and something about the Ed Gein story on Netflix is like they're coming with this angle of empathy towards these killers, and I don't like it at all. I don't think it's appropriate. The movie My Friend Dahmer was sort of that way, but it was a movie. It wasn't a documentary, and I get it. It's like the same message where it's like, well, here's what it was like for him growing up, and so that's where you get into nature versus nurture. Were these people born with the problem in their brain that made them psychopaths, or did their childhood environment turn them into psychopaths? You don't know. So with Dahmer, that's what they're alluding to, is that his mother basically drove him nuts. And his dad was like the sane one. But then if you're that sane, why would you remain with a woman like that? But I guess back then it was like it was really frowned upon to get a divorce or whatever. But they did break up eventually, his parents. Ed Gein was just flat out insane. Like, he didn't understand anything. And psychopaths are also insane, but there's like a semblance of reality where they are close enough, they live in reality enough to be able to pass themselves off as normal. But Ed Gein wasn't even trying to do that. He was like way far gone. Yeah. So I think Eileen Wuornos was completely fucked up psychopath. And that story she told about the first man she killed, I believe was the first man. She tried to say that he was like raping her and doing all this stuff, and she shot him because of that. That story like partly may have been true, but it may have been true about a different guy that she had been with. But also like there's dude, fucking get a job. You know? Like go to Walmart or something. Like work anywhere. Don't stay in your profession and then keep shooting people. Ugh. Yeah, she's insane. Okay, the boulders are not a joke. They may be nothing, but Paul Ides talks about stories near boulders and how at least one country reroutes planned highways to not disturb them. Not kidding. Oh, I gotta look into that then. Gotta look into that. Okay, this is addressing the YouTube handle My Opinion. There's so many things that my abuser has said about me that are 100% made up. And the reason they got to do that is because they are a they are actually a pathological liar. And they're you know, there's a point to their lying too, which is that they've got to act like they're innocent and they're the victim. It's a classic abuser dynamic. Abusers abuse. They don't even stop abusing once you leave them. In my case, they don't even stop abusing after they've been served an order of protection. It's bad. It's fucking severe. It's sick. It's like I've never seen anything like it. I've never met anybody like it. It's a mind fuck. Um, I was diagnosed with PTSD because of what I've seen and what I've been through, and that's true. And my abuser claims that that never happened. It's like there's fucking documented proof of all of this shit. But, you know, that's just what abusers do. So, you that person is not credible. Um, and I think that they have lost their credibility a long time ago, way before they even met me. Let me guess your top three hottest. KB, who pays you, Gina, who is your friend, and Karmic, who you date. Be subjective? You mean objective? I don't know if that's a nasty comment or not. My top three hottest based on looks and personality. Hmm. Well, I think Keanu is pretty hot. And I think she does have a good personality. I think she's entertaining. I think she could be very funny. Uh, and I think she looks great. Um, she'd be up there. Dabbleverse. And like I said, it's hard to even know who's in the Dabbleverse at this point. Uh, yeah, obviously Karmic. Um, and obviously Kevin Brennan. Gino's not my type, and he's not my friend. We know who each other is, but we're not friends. Uh, we're just like acquaintances. You could even say like we're not even really acquaintances though. Like we don't talk. I did his show twice. And I met him because I was always at Compound Media doing New York City Crime Report. I was invited to do that show so many fucking times. So that's how I met everybody there. So it's like, it's not to friend level, and it's not even like we're friendly. That's it. Good night, Jay Warren. Oh, you liked Eileen Wuornos? Yeah, people kind of really. That was the thing about the documentary, is that people were into it because she was like representing, I don't know, some kind of like women's empowerment or something, or like, yeah, sex worker empowerment or something. Well, the thing is, yeah, she became a lesbian later in life, which does tend to happen to women who have been molested. So she probably, oh yeah, she said she was molested, right? She said she was raped a lot. So I can understand how you would just only be with women after that. Oh, how about The Perfect Neighbor doc? Pretty sad stuff. Well, I saw that on Netflix the other day. I did not click into it. I thought it was a movie, I didn't know it was a documentary. If it's sad, I probably won't get into it, but I'll definitely check out what it is and what it's about. Okay, the Dahmer movie was filled with errors. I never watch Hollywood movies on serial killers because of the inaccuracies. Yeah, they were saying, I watched something about Ed Gein too, and they said he actually never made any lampshades out of human skin. Like, that's completely made up. Completely made up. I think he made a chair, one chair ever, and that was like the only thing they ever found was like one chair, but I might even not have that correct. What's up, Cigarette Jones? Damn, look at that fucking photo you got there. That's funny. When KB doxed Sarah Silverman and Gary Goldman's phone number, I was at the Panera Bread. I checked to see if either number has an unlimited sip cup membership, and they don't. Those poor ass motherfuckers. Mm, 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 mm. No, I'm not typically a messy person. Like, what I do is I let things go for like 1 or 2 days, and then I gotta clean it up because it's like, you know, your mess, the mess in your car or the mess in your house is, it represents your mind. And so if you don't for me, if I don't have an organized environment, I can't think straight because, I'm distracted. I'm like, this needs to happen, that needs to happen, I need to clean this up. And it's therapeutic to clean. I like it. So I'm a pretty organized person, but I'm also a minimalist, so there's not much to clean. And I was also just raised that way. I was raised to be very, clean and neat. I did not see Gino's cat maul Kiki, but I have seen it try to attack her several times. Have you had any handheld video games? I haven't. Like a Game Boy, or like a Game Boy Color or Advance. Any favorite? I've been playing since Pong. Not handheld. Never had I had like these little, not systems like Game Boy, but I had like little arcade games, like one-off arcade games, where it's just like one game in there. I think I had like a Tetris, something like that. I think I had like a auto racing game when I was a kid, those two, but like other than that, nope. But I love games. I'm actually having a lot of fun playing them again because Karmic has some kind of SIM card that has like every single Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega game on it, and then some Nintendo 64. Oh my god, I was playing Nintendo 64 the other day. I was like, this is so great. That's why I was trying to get on here and play Echo the Dolphin. because I played that game as a kid, and I just cannot believe I would have never remembered about that game unless he pulled it. I was like, what the hell? Let's see. Eileen genuinely had a terrible childhood. If true, she might really be one of those people that was turned into a monster. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Do you think Chad, for the most part, is a liar? I don't know. I don't know Chad like that. I don't think so. I mean, of course, he's constantly saying that he's only lied about one thing. And there's like no way for me to know. Typically, if someone is a big liar, uh, there are a lot of people who know it, and they have a track record of ruining relationships, getting fired from jobs, and I don't know Chad at all. So I have no idea what his track record is. I don't know what his history is. So I can't even say, like, I can't even speculate. I just don't have enough information. The cat, okay, so the cat, Gino's cat bit Keanu in the face. Damn, I did not see that. That's terrible. Did it leave a mark? I just got around to and finished Detroiters on Netflix. So many laughs. Tim Robinson. You either get that guy or don't. I do and don't. But I'm glad he got a new show on HBO and I can't wait for more. Did you see the movie? Is it called Friends or Friendship or something like that? With him and Paul Rudd. I watched that with Karmic. It was really funny. Really good. So funny. Okay, Axel, I fully expect your support in my run for Super Chatter of the Year. I'll definitely vote for you because you know who's not getting my vote? Beloved Chatter. Fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit. The thing about Chad Zumach is I agree with him. I agree with his takes on a lot of people. Chad and I do agree. And Beloved Chatter is a fucking that guy has a problem. So he's not getting it. Rapey Ray's pretty good. Is this like where are these polls taking place? What is happening? Is this like Dabbleverse Awards again? Is that what time of year it is? You know, there wasn't like a Dabbleverse Rookie of the Year when I came out, was there? Because I should have fucking swept that. I mean, I exposed my abuser and I got Ray banned from Planet Fitness. You can't beat that shit. Nobody else the year that I came out was doing that shit. Bottom three, ugly, in and out, Melton, the potato, stuttering John, honorable mention, J Mo. The thing is, like, that's a tough one because so many people are ugly in and out. So many people. And it's like they're genuinely, you can tell it's like genuine. They're actually like that. The potato, I mean, it's a potato, right? Uh, so you can't really rate, can you rate the attractiveness of a potato? I guess you can. I don't know much. Oh, that's Cardiff Electric. Okay, so I will say the one and only time I've ever met Cardiff Electric, he was rude to me. Not in an aggressive way, not in an assertive way, but he was flat out rude. Like I met him, I was like, "It's nice to meet." I said something to him, and he completely ignored me. So it could be that he was just like shy or self conscious, but I mean, at our age, nah, you're fucking rude. Let's see. Has Karmic lightened his stance on immigrants since finally being around them? Does he have a bad stance on immigrants? I don't even know about this. I gotta figure out what his stance is now. I gotta ask. Okay, Chad has a history of lying and it's not good. But here's the thing: is it just through the Dabbleverse stuff, or is it like an actual history where like people he has lied to are saying that he's lying? Because that's the thing is like people say I have a history of lying as well, and I don't. People say I have a history of like being 200 pounds and I'm not, and I don't have that history. People say I have that it's like, so that's what it is it an actual history of lying, or is it what people on the internet are saying who don't know him, never met him? That's what you gotta. Oh yeah, Friendship the movie, it was great. Tim Robinson. Let's see. Well, I'm just throwing this up just for shits and gigs. The subway bit, yes. MGD is the best shatter. Pfft, disagree. Disagree. That person is fucking bipolar or something. Rapey Ray #1. Oh my god, we're already getting it. This, opinions in. Buttnoid is easily the meanest super chatter. He has to be within top 5. I don't think he's the meanest. He could be like the meanest, the best roaster, but genuinely mean, I don't think he is. There are other people who are genuinely mean. I don't know if Chad really has a girlfriend. Do people think he doesn't? I mean, he did move, didn't he? Karmic comes across flat out xenophobic. Some shit. What is that? I gotta look that up. Xenophobia. I gotta look up the definition. Okay. Fear, hatred, or prejudice against people from other countries or those perceived as foreigners. I doubt that he is that. I mean, yeah, I don't think he's that. He's never said anything to me about foreigners or immigrants. What? Okay. Top 5 chatters. Ray B. Ray, beloved chatter. KB Detois, ghost of Mr. P. I disagree. Rapey Ray is up there. That's the only one I agree with on that list. Carm doesn't truck with those with a semblance of the foreign ilk. Based on what? What are you talking about? Where's this coming from? Well, here's the thing. Somalians are annoying in Minnesota. I used to live in Minneapolis, and the thing. Oh, my internet's going out. I don't know if you guys. There it is. I don't think it was the Wi-Fi. I think what happened was my fan on my laptop is it's just like I have it on it's on my bed, so the airflow is getting clogged. I think that's what it was. Yes, the internet farted, but it was my fault. At least put my Venmo or something on the screen. Well, nobody wants to give money. Do I even have a banner with my Venmo? I think I do. That's a banner. Notes? Nope. Comments? Private chat? People? Banners. I'll edit that. I mean, if you guys want, there it is. Is that working? Wait. There. Now. Ugh. No one watches the scroll. Thanks, Sam Adams, for that. Oh, now here's a question. Little Caesars, Pizza Hut, or Domino's? Yo, I'm going Little Caesars on that. I have not had Pizza Hut in forever. Domino's, I have had. Yeah, I'm going Little Caesars on this one. I'm going Little Caesars on this one. Dude, I don't know. I don't think Karmic is racist or I don't know. I mean, I'll ask him about it. Carmax's Truman Capote in a sequined cowboy hat impression was very impressive today. Disturbing, but impressive. Did that happen today? Happened yesterday, but I was so upset that you can't see the sequins because the camera is over, like everything's overexposed, so you couldn't see the sequins. I tried to fix it, but it didn't work. But yeah, unfortunately, if you could see those sequins, it would have been a lot better because it just looks like a white hat. I like Papa John's. Sometimes okay, well, all right. I like Papa John's too. I get the works when I get Papa John's. The works. I would say that's better than Little Caesars. But I've been making homemade pizza. I'm gonna make one probably right now. I should pull the dough out of the fridge and let it warm up a little bit. I made my first homemade pizza 2 nights ago. It was delicious. Delicious. I like Round Table for a Montague's meaty pizza or a Pizzeria Uno's deep dish steak and pepperoni. Huh. I never heard of Round Table. Uno's I've done. Is that Chicago? I've had Uno. I just don't remember. It feels like a Chicago thing to me. I don't see them many places. What happened? Yeah, I forgot about Pizzeria Uno too. Carmi's favorite pizza is the Lunchables one. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm about to eat some pizza. I'm about to make some pizza. I'm gonna eat a late night pizza. I want chocolate too. I'm getting hungry talking about pizza, you guys. What are you guys doing to me? Serious question. Finally, a serious question. I mean, this is what I've been waiting for. I'm tired of all these joke ass, non serious questions. Have you ever wanted or heard anyone say, man, I sure want a bowl of Wheaties? How does this company stay in business? Cue Law and Order music. Well, I've had Wheaties. Isn't it the breakfast of champions? So they got a lot of I don't know. I feel like they got sponsorships. I don't know. Can Wheaties have sponsorships? They're like funded by the Olympics. I don't know how they do it either. I've had Wheaties. They wait, Wheaties. They're frosted, right? On one side. That's what Wheaties are, right? I can look up Wheaties. What? Wheaties. Oh, Wheaties. Oh, I wasn't even. I'm thinking about. I've never had Wheaties. What? Wait a minute. You guys got me tripping. Oh, I had frosted. Oh, I'm thinking of frosted mini wheats. That's what I'm thinking of. Wheaties. Dude, is Wheaties even still a cereal? I never see Wheaties in the cereal aisle. Is it because I'm not looking for Wheaties or so I don't even know if they're still around. Shredded wheat, mini wheat, but Wheaties is Wheaties a thing? I don't know. It is like is Wheaties I'm just typing is Wheaties exist because I don't feel like fixing it. General Mills. Okay. I've never had Wheaties. It just looks like unfrosted flakes. I want some. It looks like shit. Okay. Wheaties slogans. Are my numbers dropping or going up with this research? Because I can't even see. Oh, yeah, the Breakfast of Champions. I mean, it's a great slogan. I come from the city of champions. So I know what it's like. I don't know how they are still in business. I'm not eating Wheaties. People probably add sugar to their Wheaties. Frosted Flakes are good. I have some. I bought some recently. I like Wheaties. I like Wheaties, but then again, I eat cereal in the Valley of Mint. That is where I bought my Frosted Flakes. It's so boring out there that you're like, I just want to buy some cereal to get something going in my life. Like out there in Minnesota, I'm like, can we please go to Walmart? It's like all they have. They have a Walmart and a grocery store, another grocery store. I'm like, let's go to Walmart and get something. And you're at Walmart and you're like, what can I buy in here that's gonna jazz things up a little bit in this fucking barren, flat-landed community? There's nothing but lines out there. Everything is a 90-degree angle. Everything is a line. Straight lines. So many straight lines. So I bought Reese's Pieces, Frosted Flakes, and I also bought Oops All Berries because that's kind of Karma likes. So, but that's where I bought my Frosted. I was like, I need some Frosted Flakes. Okay, Clearwater Chad's been eating his Wheaties. That's for sure. He's buff. How do we know this? Has he posted a photo? Is he giving us updates? Is he, are there accountability photos? Are there photos of the scale numbers? What is Clearwater Chad doing to prove that he's not lying about what's going on? He's like, I'm only eating Subway all day. It's like, that's not great. What were you eating before? Drink more water. He's drinking like soda, like switching to Subway is gonna help. Dude, cut out the soda. That'll help more than anything. If you start with that, no more soda, no Kool-Aid. Well, what was he drinking? RC Cola. He was like, this is $2. It's like, dude, that's got so much refined sugar in it. It's gonna make you hungrier because sugar is addictive and it sends a message to your body to eat food. Ugh. Dark sodas are terrible for you. So he's got to cut the soda out. And once you do that, you can't stop. You can't be like, well, I've been doing good, because then you're like, oh, well, I've been doing good, and then you drink a soda. You're like, oh, no, I'm just gonna drink soda all the time now. So I mean, is Clearwater Chad posting shirtless pics? You know, front, back, and side profile. Wheaties, joyless raisin bran. That's a better slogan than the Breakfast of Champions. Like, that's if you want to appeal to depressed people. If you're like, listen, we know you're not a champion, and we know you're not eating this for breakfast. So, joyless raisin bran for those who are dead inside, eating cereal for dinner. I don't know how Wheaties is still around, to be honest with you. I don't know what they're doing. I feel like I never see it in the store. I'm going to look now because I never just happened to see it. This can't be real. Is this real? Carmack revealed his intentions to propose by the summer. When he does, please be polite when turning him down. He is bad with rejection. I don't think that's real. If he did say that, he's clearly joking. And also, I can't believe he said that knowing that Clearwater Chad is going to steal me by spring. So he's going to be 3 months late on that. Nutrigrain. I don't have to Google Nutrigrain. I can taste it right now. Like, as soon as you said Nutrigrain, I was like, I need something to drink, because Nutrigrain is dry as the Sahara. Minnesota is beyond great. I do agree. I did have a good time there, taking a lot of photos, and they were photos that I didn't post online. I don't have them. Okay, I can't show them to you right now, but I just was so impressed with all of the straight lines. It's just lines. When you're looking out the car window, it's this line, green, black, all straight lines. Like, every photo is like just color, 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 and it's just. And hey, the air up there extremely fresh, noticeably fresh. Loved that about it. Definitely very quiet. A nice range of temperatures. Doesn't get too boring. It was sunny, it rained, it was cold. The stars were nice. If I go back there, I'm gonna have to, bring it. I would have to buy and ship a telescope, I think, to his house from Amazon. I think I might do that. I like Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes. I used to live in Minneapolis. I liked it. What's sad to me, oh, I might need to, yeah, I'm going to try to get some snowmobile action in this winter. That would be fun. And what's sad to me is that Carmichael was saying they don't really get as much snow these days. They get maybe a foot at once. at the most. And I always think of it being way more than that because I'm from Pennsylvania and like we could get we could get a foot of snow, you know. So that's if it's not any different from than Pennsylvania, then that's like I don't know, climate is that climate change? Oh my god, yeah. I saw so much wildlife out there. We saw turkeys, so many deer. I saw two bucks. I was only there for a week, but so many deer and the deer are jacked. They're thick, they're gigantic. I was noticeably different. I'm used to white-tailed deer in Pennsylvania. They're just like all like flimsy and fragile looking. And then when you we went to a bar that had a lot of taxidermy deer on the walls, and it's like their necks were just fucking thick. The circumference is insane of the neck of the whole deer. Anyway, I saw a lot of deer. I saw hawks. Oh my god, there was a bald eagle. I totally forgot about that. We couldn't get a photo because we were on the highway, but like I saw a fucking bald eagle while I was out there on the side of the road. Like it flew over and landed next to like a couple of not I don't know, not buzzards, but like two other scavenger type birds. I was like, that's a bald eagle. So that was cool. I saw something else too. I'm trying to think. I saw different birds out there that I liked. I guess one of them he said was called a magpie. I saw a magpie. That's the type of bird it's called. What else I see? Yeah, so good amount of oh, I saw storks. We saw white, I guess they were geese, white geese, which I've never seen like a flock of white geese. They were just like out in the field. Usually you see like a flock of geese, there's maybe like one white goose and like the rest are just like black and white. So I saw geese. So yeah, it was fun. I liked it. We went out in the side by side one day and taking a bunch of pictures. I took a bunch of pictures while he drove me around. And it was fucking cold that day. Yep, it gets very cold up there. So, um, Carmack likes the fruity. He does. Oops, all berries. That's his favorite kind. So, what do you think that says? Oh my goodness, this is a great question. Where are you standing with Matt Mead? Is he getting his comeuppance after leaking that you owned sticky notes? I mean, can you believe this guy? Can you believe this guy? I can't believe this guy. Okay, first of all, I couldn't believe it. I already said that. It was the third time I said it, but I seriously couldn't believe this guy. I was like, first of all, I didn't stay there for 6 months. That was the first incorrect statement. And when he first said that, I was like, I definitely wasn't there for 6 months. But he had me thinking it was like because he said six, he had me thinking it was like 3 or 4. And then I checked the Venmos for rent. I was only there for 2 months. So first of all, I was only there for 2 months. So that's the first like way off thing that happened. And then um like he was so we were so friendly to each other. We barely saw each other cuz I think he works. So like he would leave during the day and then I was gone in the evenings cuz I would go into the city. I was doing what's it called? Improv classes at UCB. So I was in the city. I was also running comedy showcases in New York City. I think I was up to running two comedy showcases there. So I was doing that, going back and forth doing that. Then I was just also just like hanging out in the city. And on nights where I wasn't going into the city, I would leave the house to go to this spot where he had there was like a park that I loved going to. I would walk around this park and it had a great view of this like inlet. But the point is, we barely saw each other the whole time. His parents came over like almost every weekend. So they were there almost every weekend. We didn't talk. I met them. That was just like, hey, nice to meet you. That was it. At one point in the stay, he told me I was the best roommate he'd ever had, the best house guest he'd ever had. Um, what else happened? There was he did a secret show while I lived there. He asked me to do the show. I did the show. And fucking had to clean up the mess that this other woman on the show did. She went up and she fucking bombed her ass off. It was the chick who Pat Dixon was cheating on me and his third wife with. Oh my god, dude. Fucking like, so like if I'm such a psycho, how would I be able to be like cordial and fine in an environment with like like one of the women that my abuser was cheating on me with? It's like, it doesn't make any sense. And everybody knew he was fucking this chick. Um so like she was there and she fucking bombed because she's not good at comedy. So I went up after her and fucking killed. And he was so happy. He was like, "Oh my god, you did such a great job." And I was like, it was fun. So that was the party. After the show was over, I just went back up to my room. I was like, I'm done. I'm not partying. I'm not trying to hang out with people. I hang out with people. I'm nice to people during the show, and that was it. And then we just like maybe see each other occasionally in the kitchen, like when I'm on my way out or when he's on his way out. It was like very brief interactions, but then he would text me, "Dude, I got the texts." And I'm not gonna release the text. I thought about releasing the text. That same fucking day, I was like, I'm releasing these texts. But then the thing happened and I'm like, I'm glad I didn't release the text. So um he was just saying all that shit because he knows what people say about me online and he just wants to go with that, you know. But it was fucked up for him to say that. Yeah, I thought it was fucked up. But I don't, essentially, I'm like, I don't even care because I'm like, you can't trust anybody. This is why I record shit. Ever since I was in an abusive relationship, I fucking record everything. Everything's documented, everything's recorded. Because people just lie about you. They lie about the shit that you do. One of the reasons I took the photo of the post-it notes was because they're in a certain order, and I needed to bring them with me because I wanted. It's called, okay. There's this thing called mind mapping, and it's basically like a way to work out ideas and brainstorm stuff. So I was mind mapping and structuring it. I could move the post-it notes around, and I had different colored post-it notes, and then I had like these they were mini post-it notes, and I had them up in the corner of the room. They were not on, come on, every single wall from floor to ceiling. Does that even? I mean, Jesus Christ. So they were in a corner, and I had these mini colored post-it notes, and then I had larger black post-it notes. And so like the mini post-it notes have the details on them, and then the black post-it notes have like the topic at hand, like the main point, right? The main idea of the subject. So they're like in this certain order that can't be like in, so I'm like, I take a photo because I got to take them down and take them with me. So I took a photo of them. So I have photos of them. So it's like, there's fucking proof, you know? So, and I still have the stack, and I showed Karmic because I keep them in my closet. And I showed him, and it's like, I go, does this look like fucking 300 post-it notes? So they're, first of all, they're mini post-it notes. Regular ass post-it notes, if you wanted to do like if you wanted to do like floor to ceiling every wall, that would be really expensive. I would never spend that much money on post-it notes. I didn't even want to spend the money. Yeah, so ever like, and the reason I did it is because I had this really bad counselor at the time, and I was telling him something, and I kept telling him like I keep forgetting this one thing, and he goes, "Why don't you write it on a post-it note?" And at the time, I'm like, this is the dumbest advice I've ever heard. I even called my friends afterward. Can you believe this counselor is telling me to write shit down on post-it notes? Like a counselor, like someone I'm paying to go to talk to is telling me to write shit down on post-it notes and put it up on the bathroom mirror. And I fired that counselor because I'm like, this is this guy's a fucking joke. I think I went to him twice. I was like, this guy's a fucking joke. So a couple of weeks went by and I was like, you know what? I'm actually gonna try to use post-it notes for something else. So, I bought some post-it notes. I got some colorful pens to make it fun, and then that was what I did. So not only do I have a photo of a section, a corner, the corner of the room, a section of the wall. And then I also have the post-it notes themselves. So the shit he was saying is like, why would you just make something up that? And then after he saw them, he would joke with me about them. I have a text of him saying, I think your post-it notes are cool. I literally have a text from him saying that. I also have texts from him after I moved out of him like joking with me saying like, hey, while you were here, we should have got drunk and wrote post-it notes. So like you were so concerned and you wanted to call the police. Like you were so concerned that you still fucking text me after I move out, years after I move out. The last text I got from him was February of this year of him asking me if I was in the city. And I didn't respond to it. And because I got busy and I forgot, nothing against him, but like the dude fucking is still friendly with me. So I don't get it. At one point, the electric bill was high. I gave him more money. I chipped in on the electric bill because it was summer and the house was hot. And I was like on the second floor up in like that attic portion of the house. And I was like, can you please turn the air? Can you please turn the air up because it's fucking hot? And then he told me that his bill was like, I don't remember what he said it was. It would be in my text, but he told me the bill was like is extremely expensive. I gave him 200 extra bucks after the rent, and the rent included all utilities. So I threw him more money for that. Then when I leave, I'm just a responsible, mature adult. So like I clean when I leave. That's what you're supposed to do. So I cleaned everything. There was a bathroom in the room. I cleaned the bathroom. I made sure it was in great order, cleaned it. And then he made that seem like that was weird. So it's like, fuck people. Fuck people, man. I got nothing against him, but like I'm saying that's just bullshit. So I think people go on these shows and they feel like they need something to say, like juicy. So they just end up exaggerating the fuck out of stuff and then they just make shit up. And it's like, and yeah, he was drunk that night when he came in the room. And like I was telling Carmick later because I remember what happened. He came into the room and he's like, hey, I think I left a DVD up here. It's like, first of all, dude, you're not looking for a fucking DVD of The Crow at like midnight, on a weekday. What the fuck are you doing? So like he did that. So once he was in the room, I was like, he's visibly had been drinking and didn't do anything inappropriate, but like I was like, I gotta shift him out of this room somehow because you can't when you're in a position like that. You just as a chick, you're like, all right, how do I handle this? So I was like, all right. So I was like, let's go play Call of Duty because he had asked me, and I'm like, hey, let's go play Call of Duty. And that's how I get him out of the room and to shift him to downstairs mode. And then we play Call of Duty, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back up. Uh, play Call of Duty with him for like I don't know an hour or something. Kick his ass at it, by the way. I think he won once. He killed me. I killed him, but he was getting mad. I was like, yeah, well, I'm good at video games, so. Anyway, I have a shot with him. I'm like, okay, we hung out, whatever, and now I'm gonna go back up, go to sleep. I go back up. And he's still texting me stuff because we would talk about Norm Macdonald and jokes and stuff. He would text me jokes and that he wrote. So At this point, I'm still texting him because I'm like, well, he knows I'm awake because I just fucking left from downstairs. So, um, and then after like, I don't know, like 10 minutes, he knocks on the door and I'm like, no, 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 no. So I just ignored it. I just ignored it because I was like, nah. And then, the next day, I think he apologized. So that's basically like fucking it. Like, that's it. It was nothing weird was happening. I had no idea if he was concerned, if he wanted to call the police, if he thought he was gonna make up with a kidney missing. He never told me. If that was the case, you would never text me after I move out of your place. And it wasn't, yeah. So people are just nuts. Oh, this is good. I took Karmic for a Count Chocula kind of guy. I could see it. I could see it. I could see it. To be honest with you, I could see it. All right. Did you guys do some fun outdoor stuff up there? Dirt bikes, boating? No, we just took the side by side out. And if I'm up there during snow, we're gonna do a snowmobile for sure. We could have done a four-wheeler situation, but four-wheeler was not available at the time. I think there's only one four-wheeler as well. And the side by side is like, you can obviously sit by each other. And it's better anyway because it was muddy that day. So and it was windy and it has a windshield. So probably not good four-wheeling weather from here on out, but and the thing about ice fishing is like it's one of those things where you're like, should I try ice fishing? Is that something that I should do just to say that I did it? Or is it not even worth that? But ice fishing is interesting. And apparently up there, they do something with they ice fish with like spears as well. That seems interesting. But then you kind of just have to sit there and like with a spear and just like wait for a fish to come. I don't know. Could be interesting. Could be interesting to ice fish. Um, It'd be interesting to stand on a frozen lake. I've never really done that. So, um, hmm. But you definitely need some kind of a vehicle. I don't think a dirt bike was available. So that's pretty much it. If I went up there again, I would get it. I would somehow probably buy a telescope. I'd like to do some telescope action. That'd be fun. But that was it. Dirt bikes, boating. No boating. I guess the nicest river is about an hour away, and I probably wouldn't do that because I'm very selective about who I boat with. That's very true about me. He's coming for you, Gilly. Who? Who are you talking about? Oh, Clearwater Chad. I don't think he's coming for me. I think it's a work. You can see Clearwater Chad's progress in his posture and demeanor. Okay. His confident. Okay. I haven't been paying attention. I haven't been online much. So I don't know what's going on. So I don't know. Yep, he's into that Arby's. He gotta knock off the Arby's, knock off the soda, knock off the Subway. Grocery store all the way. It's the only way to go. I see the treadmill. I have seen the treadmill stats on his channel. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like he's doing a good job for somebody who just started. Clearwater is very attracted to you. He wants to. Nah, it's a work. It's a work. The Joey C diet of champs. Wheaties? Joey C eats Wheaties? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Trucker Tommy is to cut out sugar and carbs. Clearwater Chad needs to cut out sugar and carbs. It does wonders. But cutting out carbs is very difficult. Once you do though, oh, you feel so good. And then like as soon as you start eating carbs again, you feel like shit. Carbs really weigh me down, that's for sure. All right, what's this about? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. No, totally overrated. all the fucking cinnamon washes off of the thing into the milk. So then it's just like you might as well just drink cinnamon milk. And I think they actually make that cinnamon toast crunch milk. I think they did for a while anyway. Cookie crunch is okay, but you gotta let it simmer. You can't just be pouring it and eating it right away. You gotta let those cookies get a little softer and then it's good. Fruit Loops, same deal. Fruit Loops way better soggy. Flat out soggy. Otherwise they'll just cut the shit out of the roof of your mouth. Not fun. When you get monetized, you should have a death pool. I choose Clearwater Chad from soda related injuries. I think Clearwater Chad's probably injecting soda. That's just my professional opinion. I think when nobody's looking, I think he's injecting it into his veins. When I get monetized, I should have a death pool. Why do I need to get monetized for that? I can have one right now. Death pool. Who would I put in the death pool? Well, oh my God. Probably like one of these lower level dudes who live in a trailer. Like, because you know they be eating shit all day. You know they drink a beer or whatever. They drink too much. They smoke too much. They eat shit like ramen noodles, hot dogs. And I've been there, so I'm not judging, but I'm saying like I'm not there now at 41 years old. Holy shit. So let's see. Probably one of those guys, like a granny, right? But there's like people who look like they're in even worse health than granny. Like way worse. So probably one of those people. Uh Berry ribs. You just gotta put berry ribs in there because of the age. It's just like the odds of it paying off and you winning big on that are pretty good. Because we don't even know how old Berry Ribs is. He could be like in his 80s. We don't know. He's probably at least in his 70s, right? Unless he's had an incredibly rough life. And I love Berry Ribs. I'm a number one Berry motherfucking Ribs fan. But I'm saying, I think Berry Ribs. How old do you think Berry Ribs is?
I think he's in his 80s,
You
right?
think he's in his 80s? Oh, you think he's almost 90?
Well, he walks a lot, so maybe he's like, maybe he's like supposed to be around the same age as Kevin. I think Kevin looks at him like he's an older man. So
okay, so Kevin is 67,
and Barry must be 70.
No, he's not. He's 65.
Okay, and Barry, I'm guessing he's definitely in his 70s.
It's got to definitely be at least in his 70s. Because I would put. Why is nobody putting him in death pools? That's my thing.
I don't know. They just think he's gonna last like a totem pole. You know what I mean? It's like a cockroach.
He might.
He might.
I bet you that suitcase is filled with yoga mats and like protein bars.
Dirty tap water from the New York City tap. Oh, that's awful.
His immune system is fucking jacked.
I bet so. I bet he can weather any storm.
Yeah. So Berry Ribs is going in my death pool. It's like, why would you not? Ski Mask was in the death pool. Yeah. So, I mean, who else? Oh, Mr. Kill Everything. Okay, so he drinks a lot. That guy's an alcoholic, flat out. Like, I don't even think he ever gets fully sober. So, but he's still quite young. So, he's not really. I guess Ski Mask was too. But MKE, I don't think has any plans to try to quit drinking. I think I'm going to make that pizza.
I will.
No, I'll make it.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I think I am going to make it tonight.
You don't want my ginger hairs pressed into the dough?
No.
Damn.
Who's in your death pool?
My death pool? Well.
Death.
Oh. my death.
The death pool. Barry's in that too. I think Barry would lose his hearing before anybody else.
I hate to say it, but MKE.
That's what I was just talking about. Is
Yeah.
that like, but he is still rather young, so.
And he's up to no good, I think. I don't know. I worry about him in that way, his mortality.
What do you mean he's up to no good?
Oh, he could be doing anything for all we know off camera.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think it's a pretty good theory that MKE might also be on some type of pill, because if you notice when he drinks, he gets drunk so fast. So he's either on something else that's making the alcohol have a greater effect, or he's drinking more than we even realize. Like he's drinking before he streams, and his first drink is actually his third drink. So that could be the case. But yeah, I forgot about that.
That is possible.
And who else? I said somebody like a granny, but not necessarily granny.
I feel that Ray's roommate.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's problem. That child. There's something going on there.
Wait, you said Ray?
Ray's roommate.
Oh, Hope.
Hope, yes.
Oh, I thought you said. Okay, I would have put Ray.
Oh, Ray as well.
I'd put Ray in
he's
there.
He's doing some shady shit.
Hope is too young.
Hope's young, but he's wild. There's something I worry about her lifestyle in that.
What about who would you say would die first, Kumia or Gino?
I'm gonna have to give it to Gino because Kumia had to change his life around big time, and I'm sure he's still drinking.
Yes.
So.
But you just think he's not getting drunk.
Yeah, I don't know.
But Keanu says Gino doesn't drink that much.
Yeah, he's probably a on-screen drinker.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
It's always because whiskey hits hard real quick.
How will you know?
I would have no idea.
Okay.
Nah, but I wanted to live a little longer, so yeah, none of that.
Good work. Good work.
Thank you.
Very good work. Commendable work.
I'm putting the work
in. You eat Wheaties? You ever eat Wheaties?
I did, with copious amounts of sugar.
You added sugar?
Oh yeah. With the Wheaties, of course. And if it ain't that, it had to be like Wheaties with raisins. I needed something with it.
That's frosted. That's Raisin Bran right there.
Raisin Bran.
Because somebody was asking how Wheaties is still in business. And I honestly never see them when I go down the cereal. I never even notice Wheaties.
I guess I haven't either, but every time I see when I was growing up, it was like the Breakfast of Champions. And it was so associated with sports figures. And I'm like,
right.
I don't know if these well-trained athletes are drinking milky cereals, or eating milky cereal.
They're definitely not.
No.
They could afford to.
Oh, yeah.
They say Michael Phelps eats something like 11,000 calories a day because he burns so much.
Absolutely.
Training.
Yeah, you go through that real quick when you're Olympic athletic.
Well, somebody said that they think Clearwater Chad should be in the death pool. But
well, he's trying. Clearwater Chad used to be thin.
Oh.
Yeah, and then he was on work. He hurt himself at work, I think, and he took him a year to recuperate, and he gained a lot of weight in that.
Damn.
So I feel for Clearwater Chad if that is in fact true. You never know.
You gotta stretch, man.
Yeah, got to look like there's a reason to be over obese, I guess. That's a good excuse.
Okay. Clearwater Chad is not like that Nick Ocado guy. He's going to reveal that all of his live appearances are pre-recorded and he's been losing weight this whole time. Who's Nick? You mean Nick Ricada? Nick Ocado? Clearwater Chad would eat 4 burgers from Arby's in one meal. You mean roast beef sandwiches? They alone would be 2/3 of the daily recommended calories for a man. He just has to cut back. Cut back, move more. Cut back calories, move more. Ride any moose? I did not ride any mooses up in Minnesota, but I want to. Apparently, there might be some moose farms nearby. So that could be a thing that I want to see. There's elk up there as well. Sometimes black bear. That's okay. You guys should have taken a trip to Duluth. What's that, like 3 or 4 hours away from you?
Our area, yeah.
Okay. Clearwater, when Clearwater Chad said he was going to have you by summer, and Carmack said he'll have a ring on it by then. Well, Clearwater Chad said he was going to steal me by spring, which is not that far away. Like, spring is March, right? So it's November. So December, January, February, March. That's 4 months away. So in order for him to steal me away, he's got to start laying the groundwork. I haven't received anything. So like his game is so good that not only is he going to steal me in 4 months, he's going to steal me without any groundwork in 4 months. Like anyway, I assume that meant he's proposing it could be a nose ring, but I don't think you have it pierced. I don't. I just have my ears pierced. That's it. I don't have any tattoos. I might get more ear piercings. I might. I'm going to be bad and get more ear piercings. Thick deer.
Nose ring.
Nose ring?
Yes, do it.
Oh, no. I would never get a nose ring.
It would look cool.
Thick deer. Yep. They are thick up there. Felicia. Which one of your chins is your favorite? Probably the outer one, because it's the inner one is too sensitive. It likes being on the inside.
I thought outer chin worked at the PF Chang's down the street.
Outer chin. Outer.
He's part German.
He's part German.
Part Chinese. I'm outer chin.
Okay. Oh, the one time I went to Minnesota, there were magpies everywhere, hopping and flying around a highway. Yes, I saw one, and then Carmack told me, I was like, what was that bird in it? I looked it up later. He said it was a magpie.
Yeah, they're a little mischievous, those magpies, too.
That's to HVAC North. HVAC North is in here?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see him. It's a gaggle, not a flock. A gaggle of geese? A flock of geese. A flock of geese. It makes sense to me. Gaggle makes sense as well. Did you see any people with heads shaped like light bulbs while in Minnesota? No, that'd be crazy. It's like everybody's body has an idea. That's what Minnesotans look like. Like their bodies are coming up with thoughts. See any people with heads shaped like light bulb? Why would you ask that? It is wild. That's a wild question. Let's see. I like shearling hat, glove, scarf, and vest or jacket. Also light, thin, genuine down throw travel blanket. Great for cold weather. Shearling. I am going to look that up right now. Cool. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to search what they got later. I think that's a good idea. I'm way fucking far behind. This is ridiculous. Imagine Matt's parents Googling Scarlet. Okay, well, here's the problem. Here's the issue with that. Neither person in that relationship knows how. They don't have the tools or the skills to communicate their needs or their boundaries. That's it. Okay, what is this? Oh, I record my neighbor doing his lawn, but I've noticed he does a little slice of my lawn too, and he's not supposed to do that. I got him on tape for the FBI. Listen, we should be friends because I love that you did that. You need proof, first of all. And you need, not only do you need video, you need a copy of your property, the blueprint. What is it called? Like the fucking blueprint of your whatever that's called. You need your property records so that you prove what is in fact your property, where your property line is. You should put up a fence. Um, unless you like that your neighbor was doing that and you were recording the footage to give him some feedback. But most people don't like that. But yeah, I would definitely keep recording, keep gathering intel, and then you got all you need for the FBI. I love this story. He thinks he's slick. He says it's because I don't water that side of the lawn much. That's why it doesn't grow. But I see him cut it, and this time I got him. See? You and I are kindred spirits, and that doesn't make any sense because so you're okay, yeah, you're right. That's bullshit. You're being gaslit and you are 100% correct to do what you got to do, which is record your neighbor. And I think that's fantastic. I commend you for your work in the field and please keep me updated because I am into this story. You need to call that counselor and admit your transgressions. What does that mean? Admit transgressions? Huh? I wouldn't address the post-it notes. Everyone does notes. It is fun to goof on it, but time's up. Next major thing time. But that's the thing, it's not a major thing. You had to add to it to make it a major thing. Here we go. I went to a guy with a VHP recorder. I wanted it on VHS. Just in case digital isn't enough. Why wouldn't digital be enough? Because you could AI that shit. He could be like, Your Honor, that's AI. It's not even my mower. You could tell because I got 6 fingers in the video. I think you did the right thing. You got to get a security cam. Dude, when I get a house, I'm having security cameras fucking everywhere. Inside, outside, you name it. You don't want to be recorded, you don't come over. That's it. Don't come over. You know someone is guilty when they think post-it notes somehow exonerate them, despite 4 people that we know of saying he abused them. A dude's grasping for straws, and we all know it. We all know it. Getting drunk and writing post-its is Netflix and chill for people into therapy books. It was his idea, not mine. He texted me that. I would never get drunk and write post-it notes. I write them sober. I even brought in experts. My nephew is a landscaper. He even says that the grass has been cut because of the grass blades. See, that's what. Where have you been all my life? This is what I'm trying to say. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know you're being gaslit when you turn into Columbo just to prove your point. Your neighbor is manipulating you when all they have to do is go, I'm sorry. You're right. I must have went over the line a little bit. And he shouldn't even, he should be like, hey, I'm going to be more careful in the future because I don't even want to be mowing more than I have to. You know what I mean? That's a good neighbor. Hell yeah, you gotta build your case. They sell fingerprint kits at Hobby Lobby for $6. All right. I don't think that's gonna help you in your situation, but ladies love the crow. Okay, here we go. This guy. I had people approach me about how nice my lawn looks and gives me pride. I'm like Forrest Gump. I'll do it for free. I love that. Landscaping is fun. It really is. It's really fun. I've had people approach me. Yeah, so you don't need some other guy who doesn't know what he's doing. Who knows what kind of like, you don't need his tire marks over there. You don't need any of that. You need to put up a fence. And if you can't afford a fence right now, you just put up some posts and string. You know what else you could do? You put up fish line. Treat him like he's a deer coming into the garden. It's just invisible. And then you know if the fishing line has been fucked with, one of the posts fell over or the fishing lines, you know he's stepped foot on your property. Did Matt Mead ever take a page out of Ray's playbook and allow you to stay in exchange for a handy? Ray did that? No, I paid rent. If I'm paying rent, I don't need to do any of that. Pam raced snowmobiles growing up on Air Force SAC remote bases. That's fucking awesome. I probably wouldn't race one right now because I'm too old and scared, but it sounds fun. I would have done it. Aunt Mead was just testing the waters for some late night Felicia Poon. Can't blame a guy for trying. Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. But he was going up against a samurai. Oh yeah, before you go ice fishing, I recommend watching the movie Grumpy Old Men. I have seen that movie so many times. It's on at my sister's house every time I go over there. I don't know how she does it. It's just on. I'm like, this was on last time I was here. She's like, I don't remember. I'm like, yeah. So just like you building a case for your neighbor, I'm gonna build a case for my sister. I'm gonna start taking video footage. Again, Grumpy Old Men on the TV every time I visit. The fuck is this coming in with Life Cinnamon? That's where it's at. Life Cinnamon. That's see. Here's the thing: is like you don't even know. I didn't even know that existed. So that is also very karmic. Life Cinnamon. I'm 20 minutes. I'm fucking 22 minutes behind in the chat. Unless that's Caddy Z. I wonder what Caddy Z's favorite cereal is. Oh, this guy agrees. 10-4 on the Life Cinnamon. I love how we're talking about it like truckers right now. Berry Ribs, great. Berry Ribs in his 70s. Okay. So he's in the death pool like by default, you know. That's an easy moneymaker right there. People say Berry Ribs does heroin. I don't think so. That slows your metabolism and can increase your lifespan if you don't OD. It does? I don't think these are facts. This is also maybe true. Berry Ribs will outlive us all. I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Be careful boating. Yeah, Matt Mead invited me out on his boat, and I was like, no, because I couldn't make it, but I'm also, like I said, very picky with who I boat with because if you're a guy who drinks a lot and you're going out on a boat, like boats and alcohol do not mix ever. I will never. I gotta really, really trust a person to go out on a boat with them. MKE, not long for this world, his face getting very puffy. I mean, that could just be like weight gain. He's 40. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, Ski Mask had other issues. Yeah, that he did. Okay, that makes sense. Cause yeah, he was pretty young. We are having fun, and I'm gonna make a pizza. I'm getting hungry up in here reading super chats. It burns calories. Oh, I thought Karmic was implying MKE indulges in autoerotic asphyxiation. That's what you thought he meant when he said he's up to no good? Ooh. It is a girls' night. The pizza will have Italian sausage and pepperoni and cheese, sauce dough, and onion. Poop Cooler has to swing by and give us this gem for free. Thank God. Karmic's probably smoking. I don't smoke. I don't vape. Stranger, you fucking smoke grass and vape grass? That's wild, man. Yep, Barry has cockroach genes like Keith Richards. I believe it. Clearwater Chad lives until 100. I believe that. Stranger things have happened. Yo, moose kill more people than sharks per year. Like with car accidents, like because cars hit them. I'm talking about the sharks. Elk horn is used on better quality knives, more white than deer horn. That's good to know too. I'm gonna start hanging out with Joe Rogan. I'm gonna go elk hunting, bow hunting for elk. Does Karmic have a tramp stamp? Wouldn't you like to know? Wouldn't you like to know? Nose rings are a big red flag. I think so. I think so. This guy has so many gems, so much knowledge. Shearling is lamb leather that has leather on one side and lamb wool's fur on the other. Like the RAF bomber pilots wore in the early unhated bomber aircraft of World War II. That's fucking awesome. And so that's like my hat, except it's not leather on the outside. But this is 100% lamb's wool. So, and it's very warm. So I'm going to get a shearling jacket now. I'm going to get a shearling leather jacket. This is amazing. Oh, I see what you're saying. The transgression I was referring to was you firing the counselor after he told you to use post-its, which you thought were stupid. He told me to use post-its for something other than what I used them for, which was stupid. I wish I could remember what it was. I should have wrote it down on a post-it note, like he said. But he did put the idea in my mind to use post-its, and I was like, maybe I'll just use them for something else. Maybe, sometimes you get really bored with writing and stuff, and you're like, how can I jazz it up? I'll get some post-it notes. Oh my God, you got a cactus? As long as he doesn't mow my cactus, it's all good. Where do you live? Phoenix? Are you in Phoenix? Are you in New Mexico? Are you in Texas? Oh, stranger started smoking pot in the summer of '69 in Twin Peaks neighborhood. Friends in San Francisco. Cool. Damn. Pot kept me from smoking tobacco or 80s drugs. Well, yes, this is the lesser of all the evils. Oh, hell yeah. Now I want a revolver with an elk grip. Dude, that would be so sick. Sick as fuck. Well, that's it. People quit chatting in because I was like way behind on it. And now the chats have slowed, and that's okay with me. Yeah. So I'm going to end it. I'm going to end the stream, and thank you for sticking around. I'm going to go make some fucking pizza. And I'm going to play more games, which I couldn't do here tonight. So thank you. Will you girls be having ranch? No, sir. We are fucking classy, so we don't do it like that. But you know what? We do have the option if we choose to participate.